So we have our update, and we need to go in continuation dot transform dot position equals not gizmo, hit dot point. Okay. The rotation. The rotation might be a little wonky. Well, no. It could probably be okay. If you did a spear, it'd be okay. Well, I was thinking about having it every frame just rotate toward the main camera. So basically, wherever you are, you'll always see that circle. So if you use a plane and the alpha is like a circle, then it will always be. No. No, this will work for now. Prototyping. Gotta love it. And that is about it. But here's the thing about this that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about going away from the mono. Wait. Do I want to go away from the mono? And do I want to make this an inheritance class? Maybe, maybe not. No, I think this will be fine just on its own simple little class. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Just chilling, doing nothing at the moment. So where do we want to go next with our actually I was wanting to go over this weaponry script, okay? And go up to the top. Okay. And we are going to use some namespaces, which is all these. Now, if you're not using my version of the inputs, you do not have to have this namespace. And you might have different things for the animation. Your animator, what you're calling into the animator, which is fine. You know, that's your forte. But yeah. So we will have a enum that's not part of this class, not part of this class whatsoever. We just put it an enum right here, okay? Because it made more sense to put it here and put each weapon state right here. We go public enum weapon type. I put it here and I didn't chart it in the classes or anything because this makes more sense for this to be here and nowhere else, because this is where it does all its black magic or whatever you want to call it. Okay, we go system.serializable. Okay, so it can be seen in the inspector and things. It forces Unity to serialize it so it'll show up. If we take this out, okay, and we do the save and everything, and we go back into Unity, okay, back into Unity, let it do its compiling thing. We should see all these variables right here disappear, okay, and oh wait, not the buttons, but the weapon states. Okay, so we're going to add some states. We're going to add 4. Ooh, they do not disappear. Okay. Oh, probably because they're public. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So we don't actually have to have that. That's fine. Alright, sweet. Yeah. I'm just going over redundant. That's fine. Eh. But I'm definitely going to leave it there because that's just my preference. So if I do this, how bad would it crash? How bad would it hate me? Why not? What could possibly go wrong, right? So I took the public and put the serializable field back there. And now I'm going to wait for Unity to compile and complain at me and tell me that I'm stupid. Okay. So we get these errors. It's inaccessible. Okay. Inaccessible, inaccessible, inaccessible. And we start getting errors from the thing because something was destroyed. Okay. So we have to have this public. That's fine. Well, you know, okay. So I put the public back on there just in front of the enum. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm going to let Unity do a compile so we get rid of all those messages and stuff. We're going to go back up to our coding block. Alright. And in our coding block for this, we are going to, it's an enum, just enum, and we give it strings. Now, you don't have to put these numbers here, but if you want to reorder them later on and make them a different order, they can be. Okay, you can change. This is just I call it kind of like shifting the indexes and things because this is basically an array of what this enum is. Okay, it's just internally it's an array, but you can shift them. Like if I wanted single to be last on it, I just shift the numbers around. Okay, and we'll do in this enum, I have every state the weapon could be in. Okay, melee, throwables, and all that. Throwables I just tacked on there because throwables can apply to a lot of things. I was going to put them as launcher, but the thing is, throwables could be your gun, it could be whatever behavior that you want. You can add a bunch of stuff into this, okay? And that's our enum. So, into our weapon class. This is a regular mono behavior. There's no inheritance or anything like that going on. And we have a public weapon maker. And weapon maker is our variable class. Okay. And let's zoom in. And it's a scriptable object. And I haven't changed any of these right here because I was going to do like I did in my other script where I did this shifting of how this is done. Okay, just to make it like a little bit cleaner for me to do it, but I haven't done it yet. So, because I got a lot of values here, and I don't like to do it if the value goes beyond like so many digits. So, what all it is okay. Now this weapon type, this is a variable version of it. Okay, it's like calling, hey, I want a animation clip. Give it to me in this variable. Okay, this is just basically what our weapon type is, which is coming from here. It's the enum itself. Okay, and we make our we just make a variable so that way we can shift it around and everything else. This has to have one because we use it in a, why do I have the serializable field here? Oh, because it used to be height. It used to not be public. Okay. And what this enum does is, wow. Oh, what this enum does is this pushes it into, actually, I don't know why we got this here, honestly. Oh, you probably don't need this, actually. Yeah, you probably don't need this at all. So what I'm going to do is just exit out of here and not have it here. But in our weapon class, we need it because we need to know what weapon type we currently are on to switch in between. So this weapon maker is nothing but a variable class of variables. That's all it is. It holds a lot of variables. And the reason why it went to a scriptable object is you can, this will not allocate more memory. Okay, when it comes to scriptable objects, there can only be one instance of that one at the name. Okay, you're basically passing a reference. So all these variables that's named on that asset that you have, you passed a reference to 10 guns. Well, you're passing the reference type instead of allocating more memory by having a string for every weapon. Okay, so where you can't, you just pass the reference and not like build more memory by allocating more floats and stuff. Because sure, in our weapon class right here, we've got a variable. So every time this script is attached, this makes a new variable right here, which gives us, which, you know, wants more memory. It uses more memory for us. So we don't want this, okay? We don't want that at all because it just, it's just double plus on no good, you know, because we only have so much memory, so we got to manage it a little better, okay? Which this class has very little variables in it, and some of them are very necessary because we can't just make them like one-time only things. So that's why we do that, okay? And game objects, the go position is our weapon model. We're using the go position to shift it around and make our gunplay. Like when you move to sniper somebody and you move your gun over to scope, that's what this does, okay? And the bull should actually be called bullet. I don't think we're actually using this now, so I can probably clean it up. Only using it in one spot, and that's it. Okay, so I don't even need this. So we can get rid of this entirely right here. Okay, unused variable, bam. Okay, fire time, we must have it because we're shifting, we're adding on and plussing stuff for shooting. Okay, we don't want the gun to shoot every frame because that would suck. We want it to be on a time base. So we've got this as the time.delta time. Well, we'll get to that. Here's what we're doing. Fire time will equal time.time plus our fire rate. So when we do our check, we can go if this isn't the one. Oh, this is start. Okay, and our update function right here, which is kind of like really weird looking for you guys.